time to present video number 3. But first, I'd like to say thank you to all the fan support. Thanks for everything you've done so far. We've been getting hits left, right, and center on YouTube. And we're just going to keep coming, putting videos at you like crazy. So what we're going to do today we're going to do a flashback. We're going to do some stuffed pork chops, stuffed with peach, celery. We're going to do is a potato roastie. We're going to layer it, kind of like the chicken burger I did last scene. Then we're going to finish it off with a coleslaw with a cumin mayonnaise vinaigrette, and then I'm going to finish it with some grilled asparagus. So I don't know about you, today's Sunday. We either do Sunday football or we do family dinner. Tonight, DB30, it's all about familia, so we're going to do a family dinner tonight. Okay, here we go, video 3. I'm going to start off my stuffed pork. What I did was cut up some peaches to go with some celery. What I'm going to do is I'm going to saute them, get them translucent, cool them off, and then I'm going to clean this pork, and I'm going to portion the pork, and I'm going to show you how to stuff the pork. So first, what I do, I'm going to get it into a nice hot pan. That sizzle, that's what you want. It's ideal. Perfect. Give it a little stir. Just like this. I'm going to cook them down naturally, no seasoning right now. I'm going to hit it with the seasoning at the end. I'm going to turn this down, I'm going to go over it, I'm going to cut up some pork. Okay, so I'm cleaning up this pork. I want to get this fat cap off the top. The important thing is not to take too much meat off the top. So I'm going to get in right level. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to point my knife upwards because I do not want to take off too much meat. That there is the idea. Next to no meat, all fat. When we come back, I'm going to cut them, I'm going to stuff them. Okay, so every entree needs a starch. So today's starch, what I'm going to do is I shaved some potatoes here and I've grated them down, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a potato roastie layered. So what I have to do now is I put the potatoes in water just to prevent browning, slow the process down, because once there's no oxygen towards the potatoes, they do start to brown. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in a bigger bowl. And I'm going to start to bind the flavors together. So a binder, what I'm going to use eggs. I'm going to use a couple eggs, I'm going to use some salt and pepper, and I'm going to use some sort of an herb. Okay, so I got my eggs. It's always important to season some sort of potato. Use lots of pepper. Use lots of salt. As for herbs, I have fresh basil. I'm going to use some of that up. There we go. Just need a few leaves. Give them a light chiffonade. I'm going to bang them in. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix everything through. Get all those flavors intertwining. The idea of this is to make almost like a burger patty so everything holds together. Give it a lot of flavor. Okay, so when we come back, I'm going to caramelize off the ingredients for this. I'm going to start the potato pancake, and then we're going to go back to the pork. Okay, DB30's back. I'm a man on a mission. My mission is to bring fine dining food home to the kitchen, helpless romantic. So, I need to start to caramelize what I'm going to put in with the potato roastie. So I'm going to get this pan, it's hot back here. A little grapeseed oil. Okay. What I'm going to do, hit it with my shallots first. Shallots take longer to cook than a mushroom. Get that nice sizzle. If you don't have that sizzle, don't put it in the pan. So I let those cook down for a few seconds. I'm going to hit my mushrooms in there. So now they're both absorbing each other's flavors. I'm going to season that up. A little salt and pepper. And there's the pepper. Give it a little toss. work clean. Okay, so here's my peaches. My peaches are finito. Now all I have to do, I just have to rest them, let them cool a tiny bit before I stuff my pork. But what I've done over here with the pork is I already started off the cutting them to make the pouch to stuff them. So what I did is I take the pork, I guess we make like a chop. What I do is I insert my knife here like this, cut a pouch, open it up, and just work away. And there's your pouch. So you're going to stuff it with peaches, celery. I'm going to glaze it, I'm going to grill it, and we'll be right back. Okay, here we go, roasty time. And take my mix over. You don't want to make a mess. The more cleaner you work, the more efficient you work. Nice little sizzle. See what I'm doing here is now I'm just filling this pan up with this beautifully shredded potato and beautifully seasoned potato. Okay, I'm going to coat the bottom. I want to go to edge, round and round. Give it a bit of a compress. Not too much. You want to still make some body in this. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm browning the bottom. I get my porks over to my station. Make sure everything's clean and tidy. So what we're going to do now is you get it all in there and you just squeeze the pork close. Look at how beautiful that looks. And we're back. DB30. Added some balsamic over here. My caramelized onions, mushrooms, bada boom. Perfect flavors to go with this nice goat cheese that we're going to also layer in. So what I do now is I just have the first layer on broil. Still needs a little more. I'm going to put it back in. Okay. I want to show you how I put together the mayonnaise for the coleslaw. So what I did was I took Hellman's mayo and I put it in a bowl. What I did then was I added some apple cider vinegar, I added some cumin, some salt, some lemon juice. I mixed it up. This is the final product. Wow. Okay, so I got my caramelized onions, my caramelized mushrooms, and I am going to fill this roastie like no one's business. So I get it all around there. Now this is seasoned very nicely, both the potatoes and the mushroom. So what I'm going to do, now I got to hit it with a very important element, a tasty element. One of my personal favorites to go with something like a balsamic onion and mushroom. Now I crumble on the goat's cheese. It's nice and soft, nice and creamy. Oh, forget about it. Just like this. And yes, I could wake up to this every morning. Now I'm going to put the dome on top of this little bad boy. It's almost like a Napoleon style. Now when you say Napoleon, you just mean building on top of each other. Just like this. Cover up the whole thing. As I said, so similar to the chicken burger I made. But the thing is, when you layer, you build flavors. Every bite, you can taste every single flavor in the item. So I'm going to pack that down nice and compressed. I'm going to let the bottom brown a little bit longer. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this in on broil. I'm going to get a nice crust on the top. And that's it for that.